Hello, students. Sorry. I'm working accountants. Welcome to my Export Tally Prime YouTube channel. My name is Babu Rao. Today, in this video, we are going to discuss about the TDS on payment to transporters, section 194C. So before entering into the topic, a request to you, everyone visiting to my channel, please subscribe once. Don't forget not to subscribe. Okay, don't forget, definitely subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon and select all. The bell icon will be next to the subscribe button. Click the bell icon and select all so that you will get notification for all the videos which I upload in my channel. And also share my channel with all others. And with me, another very important thing is everyone, please watch every video till the end. Don't skip in the middle. If you skip in the middle, you will understand the subject or topic up to that point only. So the balance you cannot understand, you don't know. So it will be like half knowledge. It is of no use except loss of time, waste of time. Okay. So you watch the video till the end. I'll also watch that time video many times. You'll get a good knowledge, and also you work out the problems. You practice the problems shown in the illustrations that is in the video. The illustrations are shown. You work them or practice them many times. You will get expert knowledge relating to the TDS. Okay. Now we will enter into the topic. See here, already we have done in the last video. We have done this TDS on payment to contractors or subcontractors under 194C. Today we are going to discuss about TDS on payment to transporter, also under 194C only. This transport is also a contractor. So this transport also comes under payment to contractors, but in the nature of payments, so it is separately given. Two are given separately. One is contractor or subcontractor is 194C, and payment to transport also 194C. This is also a nature of payment, but both are same. But in this transporter, payment to transporter, there is a little difference. That is why it is dealt with separately. Everything individual limit, that is individual bill. Single bill limit is 30,000. Aggregate value per annum limit is, the threshold limit is 1 lakh. Everything is same. And also deduction, the TDS, depending on the status or the type of deductive, individual or euro. Individual or HF 1%, individual or HF 1%. In the case of others, 2%. With PAN, without PAN is 2%, 20%. So everything is same. But the difference is this transporter. It's a separate category. All contractors are separate, and transport is a contract separate. So that category we have to mention. It is a separate category. We have to mention the nature of payment when you are creating. So transporter category, you have to make it yes. And also for the transporter, it is the transporter payment to transporters. The transporter has an exemption. That is an exemption. In the case of contractors, the deductee don't have any exemption. But in the case of transporter, the transporter is the deductee. The deductee has a what you call exemption. That is, a transporter is having more than 10 vehicles, own vehicles. Is owning, own means own vehicles. If he has more than 10 means 11 or more vehicles, deduction is to be made. If the transporter has vehicles not more than 10, up to 10, 10 or less than 10 vehicles he has, and then he gives a declaration showing the number of vehicles he is owning along with PAN card, then no deduction should be made. So if he does not provide the declaration or PAN card or both, if he does not provide, then deduction is to be made. Since he is not providing the PAN card, even if he provides the PAN card, okay, 1% and 2%. And if you don't give the declaration, so it is to be deducted definitely. And if he does not have PAN card, if he did provide, then 20% is to be deducted. Okay, if you provide both PAN card and declaration, both only is exempted from the deduction. So the deductor will not deduct the TDS from the transporter. So these are the two differences. And in the reports also, so payment to contractors, it will be shown on the top at the normal rate, it will show. But for the transport is at the bottom of the report, they will show exemption exemption in lieu of PAN card available. It is shown like that, but tax is to be deducted and paid. It is shown in a separate, because it's a separate category. So it will be shown separately. That is the only thing. And in the first one, contractors, we had three problems. We have four problems. Number one and number three will be three problems are the contractors. So number one and three are the same. And the number two is also same, but is number two only one bill 45,000 is crossing the limit. So tax is deducted. But this is the deductee is a registered person, is a registered individual. So he's have 18% on the tax GST on the bill. So in such case, so after the service, we have to enter the tax GST, CGST, HGST, or IGST. We have to charge the tax, and after that only we have to make the deduction of TDS. But the TDS will be deducted only on the tax bill value of 45,000. On the GST, no deduction. TDS should not be made. So it's also similar, but it is only one bill it has. And the third one is just like the first one. Okay. So these are the, you work out this. First one also you work out again. Second one also you work out. Third one also you work out. Now, about the transporter, I have taken two problems, but two problems are similar. Two problems are similar, but there is a difference here that I will tell you. So here, we will take up the fifth problem. Fourth problem, you try with two amounts, I will tell you. So we will take up the fifth problem. Everything is same with a little difference. I'll show you. That is, one is in the payment, what you call nature of payment. We have to show the category. Yes, transporter category. You have to make it yes. And in the report, it will show it differently. Okay, that will show. So I'm creating. The name is Excel Traders. So here you can search the company here. If there are a lot of companies, simply just type it here. EXE, you will get the company Excel Traders. Okay. So in the Excel Traders, I created the company already, and you see how it is created. You know how to create the company, all the details you are giving. Okay. And then after creating the company, if it is a new company, it will go to features, company features. If it is an existing company, you have to click F11. You'll go to company features. So accounting will be there. Accounting, maintain accounts, okay, and bill wise entry should be there, and also maintain inventory, integrate inventory with in accounts because we are doing some business. We are manufacturer or trader, purchasing or manufacturing and selling the goods. We will be doing this. So we will be entering the entries for the inventory. So that's why we will have inventory. So it is to be reactivated. But in case it is to be activated, in the voucher we will write the sales or purchases as item invoice mode. We will make the entry that you will purchase entry, sale entry. We will make with item invoice. But in between, if you get a service, if you purchase a service like that, in the purchase voucher for this service only, we have to use accounting invoice. For other transactions with inventory, we have to use item invoice. That's why this item inventory features also to be activated. Okay. Then you will come to this one. So GST details, you will give the GST details, number, everything. And then come to the next one and next one, third one. GST is to be activated. Enable, that is, it has to enable the tax deducted. So make it yes. And here we have to give the registration number, TAN registration number. TAN number is required to make the deduction TDS or TCS. TAN number is required. So everyone who is liable for the TDS or TCS, then we have to apply for that number, TAN number. So for that, we have we will submit an application to the income tax department. So when you submit the application, they will register that. They will give a number called registration number. That is one we have to enter here. And then after checking that everything, if they grant the TAN number, they will inform the TAN number. TAN number is different from TAN registration number. Registration number is when you are applying, TAN number is the number authorizing you to make the deduction. So this TAN number is also have 10 numbers, 10 digits, just like PAN card. But the difference is in the PAN card, first 5 digits are alphabets. In this, first 4 digits are alphabets, and then next 4 digits are numerics in PAN card. In this, next 5 digits are numerics. Last one is alphabet. It is okay. Okay. So this is the thing, and then we have to give the deductor. We are the deductor. So now we are entering in the books of the deductor. So in the deductor books, so what is the type of the deductor here? Deductor Excel traders. P is given. P means person means individual. Person means individual means personal or person or individual means it is a proprietary concern. So individual or HF will take up, and then the branch will write Hyderabad. Right, Hyderabad or whatever the branch or division. And here you will give, here we have to give, make it yes, and give the name of the person and all the details of the person who is responsible for making the deductions, making the payments, filing the returns, everything who will do. So that we may be a in the case of individual, he may be a proprietor, manager, or accountant. In the case of partner, other types of business, director, manager, or partner, anything, maybe all the details will be given here. And after giving the details, we will come to the next one here, rate and exemption details. So we are having the limits, individual bill limit 30,000 and aggregate limit for 1 year it is 1 lakh. So that the calculation is to be made according to the limits. So that exemption or aggregate, that is a threshold limit, we should not forget. So ignore IT exemption limit means if you make it yes, it will ignore the limit. It will calculate the TDS on all the bills. That's why we should not ignore to calculate the TDS as per the calculate this one as per the threshold limit. That is why don't forget, give it no. And in the case of services, there will be no stock items, there will be no inventory. So in the case of services, TDS on services, so we don't have any stock items, make it no. Okay. And after that, accept this page also. Now, so everything whenever you activate the TDS, so we have to create in the statutory masters nature of payment you have to create. There are a lot of sections and subsections for different natures you have to create here. I already created. So we'll go to alter, come to statutory masters, TDS, nature of payment. See here, there are different types of nature of payments. So payment to contractors 194C is there, and this payment to transporter also comes under 194C. So we will take 194C, payment to contractor 194C, section is 194C, payment code is 94C, remittance code is 200, and here separately is transporter category. How you get it? Here you go to F12. First one is single bill, and one allow transporter category, make it yes. Then you will get this option, and we have to make yes. And also single bill value also you have to make it yes. Then single bill, what is the single bill value? 30,000. And then with PAN, without PAN also here, tax rate at without PAN, make it yes. So in such case, with PAN and without PAN both will be shown. So in the case of individual HF, with PAN 1%, without PAN 20%. In the case of other deductees, except individual HF, in the case of other deductees, so with PAN 2%, without PAN 20%, and the aggregate limit for the whole year is 1 lakh. So single bill value is given separately and aggregate value is. So any bill crossing the single bill value, TDS is to be deducted. On the aggregate, other bills should not be deducted. On the aggregate, after 4 or 5 bills, after aggregate, that aggregate crosses 1 lakh, then all the old bills on which deduction is not made, that from the bills not deducted, we have to deduct the tax. This is the thing. So this is about this. You have to make it, and then we'll go to ledgers. We will make ledgers. See here, what are actually the person, that is the person of the person that a deductee account is to be there. In the deductee account, we have to enable the tax, that is TDS, and on the service. So in the service ledger also, from the service, we are deducting from that person on the services. That is why the service also, we have to enable the, enable the TDS, and all other required. If there is the GST, we have to create that GST, CGST, HGST also we have to create, and that we will take up. Now we will take up this. We will go to the ledger, and in the ledger you can understand. So we can create at the time of ledger entry also, sorry, voucher. At the time of voucher entry also, we can make the deduction. Okay, so we'll go to vouchers. So here the company is created. The problem is here, Excel traders, that is the problem. I think fourth one is, I'll tell you again. So here, this is the registered one. We give the number. So it's a registered one, Excel traders. Okay. Now, in this case, we received the bills from the following bills from Navata Transport. So from Navata Transport, you have created, received the following bills means we purchased the service. What is that? Freight charges. That is transport service we received. The name given for that payment is called freight charges or transport charges. Okay. Now we are purchasing. So I attend to in the purchase voucher F9 purchase voucher. See here, we are already doing business with goods. That is, with inventory, we are doing business. So we will have the purchase and sales. We will have, see, this is called as name of item is, this is item invoice mode. So all the invoices and entries relating to the goods should be made, purchase and sales should be made in the item invoice mode. Now, this is the service you are purchasing. For this, we have to change it to Control H or click that change mode, make it accounting invoice. So accounting invoice mode. In this case, there will be no purchase or sale. And what is the date? First one, first bill is 20,110. Okay, 110, 20,000. So we'll make it 110. So number will give some number, and the name of the party is Navata Transport. So take Navata Transport. I created. So already I created. You see, Navata Transport Sunday creditors bill wise details. Yes, and here it will show no. So here it will show no. So statutory days is TDS is deductible. So under that, from the transporter, we will read the TDS. You have to make it yes. You have to make it yes, and then it will ask you deductive type. The deductive Navata transport. See, Navata transport number. See, Navata transport number is F. The fourth one is fourth letter is F. It means form. So it is partnership form. You have to select form resident and deduct the TDS in the same voucher, make it yes, or if you make it, you click it, so the cursor is going here, going to the name of the mailing address. But here, we can show the nature of payment here also. In such a case, what to do is go to F12, go to the right side. So at the end, after the GST details, we will get TDS details. See, here TDS details. First one is provide TDS details. Okay. The second one, allow advanced entries in TDS masters. Make it yes. If you make it yes, you will get an option here. Use advanced TDS entries. If you make it yes, that is not yes. If you get this answer, voucher, that option, then if you click yes, so it will ask you the nature of payment. Deduct the TDS in the same voucher. Nature of payment, you have to correct, select exactly. Payment to transporter. Okay. And even though if you don't have, if you have this option, then only it will ask you the nature of payment. If you don't have this option, if you don't take, it will not ask you the nature of payment, but still it will take in all the other places, will take the nature of payment. There will be no problem, it will take. So it is actually, you can take it or we may not take it. It is not required actually. If you want, you can take it. You can make it yes. So in the TDS details, you make it yes or make it no, no problem. Okay. So here, after that, it will go there and give the address, state, exactly state, pin code number, and with PAN, it is 1%, and without PAN, it is 2%. So with PAN, it is per means 2%. So with PAN, it is 2%. TDS is 2%. If there is no PAN, it will be 20%. And also, this is already registered. So the number is given, registration number is given here. So registration number is given here. This is form. This registration number, first two numbers state for 10 digits. Next one. After the first two, 10 digits are what you call PAN card number. When you are pasting this PAN card here, that is the registration number. You paste it here also. Remove last three digits and first two digits, or the balance 10 digits same in this one. That will be PAN card. And if it is regular, if it is regular, giving the registration number, make it regular. If it is unregular, unregistered, we will select unregistered or consumer, will not give any number. In such a case, we have to ask them separately. We have to get the PAN card number. If there is registration, you can select from the registration itself. We can make out the in registration contains PAN card also. So like that it is completed. Okay, accepted, accepted. Now, what is the service you're getting? Transport freight charges. So transport charges or freight charges are okay. See, freight charges. We are taking how the freight charge. See, in the party we enabled in the service ledger also we have enabled we are enable the nature of payment. So see, checkup, control, enter. I am taking freight charges, indirect expenses. Yes, GST is applicable, but no rates are given here because the rates are not given here. If it is given, so here make it select. I mean, specify details here. Give the SAC code here. I am not taking now. And here also say specify details here taxable, and you take the percentage. But here also I'm not taking any GST. Okay. And then after that, so there is no GST, so no input tax. If there is a GST, input tax rate will be available. It will be yes. So here, taxable type of supply is services or goods or capital goods. This is service. By default, it will be service. We select this, and after this, we have to enable the nature of payment. That is, we have to enable the TDS. So make it yes. So it will be here. It will be undefined. It will be undefined. It will be undefined. By default, it will be assigned only one line. It will be undefined. So if you click space bar, this applicability will be available. So select applicable. If you select applicable, then the nature of payment will appear. First, only one line will be there. If you make it applicable, then nature of payment will be available. Select the correct nature of. There are many nature of payments, many subsections. The correct one you have to select payment to transporter 194C. Accept. Okay. And then what is the amount paid? So 110 amount paid is 20,000. Okay. So here 20,000, and here there is no GST. If there is GST, you have to select CGST or GST, you have to select. Okay. But here no tax is given. Okay. So here after this, so we have to give the GST, and after that you have to take the TDS. But here there is no GST. Okay. And now you see amount is 20,000. Bill amount is 20,000. Bill amount 20,000 means it is below the that what you call threshold limit. That is single bill value 30,000 is the limit. Up to 30,000 no TDS. It is 20,000. So there is no TDS. Go to the next line. And in the next line, if you collect, you have to create the tax ledger also. We have to collect the tax, I mean, deduct the tax and pay to the government. We have to create this one, what a tax payable ledger. See here, the tax payable ledger is the tax payable ledger you have to create tax payable, and section also we can take 194C. Tax payable 194C, duties and taxes, then type of duties GST or TDS. So TDS we are taking, and the nature of payment, see, payment to contractor 194C, as well as payment to transporter also 190, both come under 184C. We can select. If you select like this, there are many subsections, that is many nature of payments. In such case, for each nature of payment, you have to make TDS payable with that section. TDS payable 194C, TDS payable 194J, TDS payable 194Q, like that. Different tax payable ledgers should be opened for each type of the transaction, I mean, each nature of payment. So this one, all the nature of payments will be collected separately, and the total amount can be paid in a single ledger. We can create. In this case, you don't take the section, just TDS payable. This is relating to all natures of payment. Okay. In such a case, come here. Don't select select any nature of payment. For all the natures of payment, the single ledger, that is called the common ledger. In such a case, for any type, only one select it as any, or you can select, no problem. If you select different natures separately, you select different natures with the section, then you have to create tax payable, TDS payable, that is deducted and payable to the government under that section. So many ledgers you have to open for this. So open single ledger, and here you select any for all the accept. So here, see here, this is 20,000. Single bill value not crossed, as well as aggregate limit also not. This is the first bill. So TDS is not calculated. So come down here, end of list. So this is the supplier invoice number 025. So okay. So first bill over. Second bill is 211. So 211 is the second bill. I will take up some another number, and the party is the same party. Now the transport and the services. The service may not be the same. Here in the case of transporter, service will be the same. Freight charges are transport charges. In the case of contractors, there may be different contract works. That is different services. You have to give that name. Here only transport. So select this freight charges for this, and then here the amount is 30,000. If you take 30,000, here also the no GST. Now have to take the deduct the tax. TDS you have to deduct, but it is not. This is 30,000, not cross the individual limit. Individual bill limit is 30,000. Up to 30, no TDS. So it is not crossing the TDS threshold, that is individual bill limit is not crossing, as well as aggregate limit 20 plus 30, only 50. Aggregate limit are also not crossing 1 lakh. So here also, if you select TDS payable, tax will not be deducted. Okay, tax is not deducted. This is against new reference 520. And the third bill, that is on 212, 25,000. So take it, sorry, 2nd December, and the bill number is will take up some 8 to 50 to something, any number. So go to the Navata Transport, same party I take, same party, and then service may be different. In this case, I told you, transport means same service, contract means different services. Here also, freight charges. Freight charges, what is the amount? 25,000. 25,000. Here also TDS, no TDS. Then go to the service, that is the tax payable. If you take the TDS, so here also it is 25, not crossing the individual bill limit, and the total aggregate limit also 20 plus 20, 30, 50 plus 20, only 75,000, not crossed 1 lakh. Here also, if you take this TDS payable, it will not calculate the TDS. TDS will not be deducted. Now come down. So here new reference, that is the bill number. So up to all the three bills, they have not crossed the individual limits, that is single bill limits, as well as not crossed the aggregate limit also. Next 31st December. 31st December, because I am taking only October to December, means October, November, December is the quarter number 3. So in the quarter, the GST report also, TDS report also will show quarterly. That is why I am taking 1 quarter. Okay. Now the bill number is, say, for example, 962 something. And the party is Navata Transport, and accept the services freight. Okay. Freight charges, it is 40,000. So here 40,000 is the individual limit is crossing. It is crossing the individual limit. You have to deduct the tax. Plus, and also, even if it is 30, for example, does not cross, the total aggregate limit is crossing. 20 plus 30, 50 plus 25, 75. Suppose it is 30, 75 plus 30, 1,05,000. So even if it is 30,000, the aggregate limit is crossing. Now it is 40,000. Individual single bill value is crossing, as well as aggregate limit is also crossing. That is why, first of all, TDS will be deducted. TDS will be deducted from this amount, and it will be, and then it will ask you it will show you a message. But all the previous bills, TDS is not deducted. So old bills are TDS is not deducted in the old bills. So do you want to deduct now? Because now definitely after crossing the limit, all the old bills you have to deduct. Totally you have to deduct, isn't it? So now it will take, see here. Now we take TDS payable. See, it is a form. No, it is a form means 2%. So 40,000 2% is 800 rupees. So for this bill, the deduction is made, and also for all the old bills also deduction will be made. So it will ask you now. So come down. So new reference 40,000 total amount it is showing. Credit 40,000. Again the same number it will show. You can make it as TDS. Just to know that TDS is 800 rupees deducted, and the 39,200 rupees the balance payable. Okay, this is okay. Deducted from this bill. What about the old bills? Now, before accepting, it will show you a message. You see, it will show you a message. TDS is not deducted for the previous bills. All the previous bills, TDS is not deducted for Navata Transport. Do you want to deduct now? Okay. Here there is a message brackets. This message will appear only once when the exemption limit is crossed. But this is wrong. This is correct. But the exemption limit is not single bill exemption limit. If one bill crosses the limit, 30,000 rupees, it crosses single bill limit. So it will not, the TDS will not be deducted from all the bills. Only when the aggregate limit is crossed, then only TDS will be deducted from all the bills, from all the old bills. That is given only when the aggregate exemption limit, it should be given as aggregate exemption limit is crossed. You make it yes, now it's it. When it is deducting last bill is 31st. The same day, you have to deduct all the other bills also. So till date, 31st December, section and the name is name of the party, Navta Transport, nature of payment, payment to transporters, and duty ledger is TDS payable. If you created the TDS payable 194C, it will show that. So now it will show all the previous bills. See, 20, 20, 20, 30, 25. 20,000, 30,000, 25,000. It is 2% means you have to take 20,000. The first bill is 20,000, 2% is 400. Second bill is 30,000, 2% is 600. Third bill is 25,000, 2% is 500 rupees. These are the old bills only. For the latest bill for 40,000, 800 rupees already deducted. These are the old bills are deducted. Total amount will be this is 1,500 rupees. Old bills and the latest bill 800. Total amount will be 2,300. So here 1,15,000 is the total amount. You see here 20, 50, 75 plus 40, 1,15,000 is the 1,15,000 is the total amount. So in that 1,50,000 into 2% will be 2,300. Already in the 40,000 one amount is deducted 800 rupees latest bill, and all the old bills deducted as 1,500 rupees. Okay, so this is over. So and here we must be careful because in these bills only we have to deduct already the latest bill is see here. If you go to Avinash, 31st December blue color. See this blue color they are already deducted on the bill 40,000 already deducted. We have to deduct from the bills which are in black. So they are not deducted. These are deducted. So first we take first October 20,000 means 400 rupees. Then after that 2nd November. After that 2nd November 30,000 means 600 rupees. Next one after that 2nd December. Then 2nd December. November 2nd December is 25,000 means 500 rupees, 1,500 rupees. And the other one which is there, the other one 31st December, this is the amount and this is already deducted. So that's closed. So only 1,500 rupees added. Okay. So this amount is deducted. So up to this completed. Now, how this will show in the reports? See here, we have to make the payment now. So after December, deducted in December, then January, before 7th January, you have to make the payment. So October, November, nothing is deducted. So no payment is there. Now total amount is deducted in December. We have to pay in January. So how this will appear in the report you will see, and then we will see how the payment is to be made. See here, display more reports. Go to display more reports, then go to statute reports. If there is only GST, it will show GST reports. Now GST is there. Actually, it is enabled now. So we don't have the rate, but it is enabled. GST report will be there and TDS report there. One more thing is added, MSME reports. So the 3 reports are there. That's why all the 3 called as statutory reports. You see, GST report, MSA reports, and TDS report. Go to TDS report. Now we are watching TDS report. Go to that and go to that. And then this TDS for salaries, in the case of salaries, the written number is 24Q. That is for salaries. For other than salaries, 26 and 27. 26Q for residents, 27Q for non-resident. But salary 192, both for residents, that is 24Q, both for residents and non-residents also. And other payments for residents, it is 26Q and 26Q, other non-residents 27Q. Now we require only Indians. So 26Q. If you select, see, 1st October to 31st December is the 1st October to 31st December. And I told you, in the case of the payment to contractors, deduction at normal rate it will show here. And if there is no PAN card, 20% extra rate, then it will show deduction at higher rate it will show here. But in the case of this transporter, so normal rate it will show here. Exemption in lieu of PAN available, not exempted. It is showing as PAN card available. So 1,15,000 and amount is total is this. This is deductible. This is deducted. So no amount is balance deductible. Already what is the amount deductible? 2,000. It is deducted. It is deductible. It is deducted. So no balance to be deducted. And it is showing that is to be paid. So balance payable. It is showing 2,300. We have to make the payment, isn't it? So this can be done. The payment can be done in two ways. So after making the payment, we'll go to that. How we'll pay? We'll go to the bank. Either online we'll pay, either offline. Online means go to the income tax portal, e-tax payment, and then in that select e-TDS or TCS. In that you'll get a form. Form number 281 is the challan number. The challan number is 281. In that challan, we have to make payment online, either NEFT or generally it will be NEFT only. NEFT or online payment. That is what you call NEFT. Online payment means that online payment you can make. You can make and you'll get the details and the challan. After making the payment, it will give the receipt. That receipt you can take the print out, and that is the challan. What you call as challan receipt. Okay, that challan receipt you have to take. And that with that we have to make entries relating to the details of the challan. Challan details we have to enter in the portal in this report. That is in the portal. We have to give the report also. That is challan details also. If you want to pay offline, so we'll make the entry here as making payment, as the payment is making. We are making payment, and after making the payment, you have to take the showing the payment entry. We have to take the printout of that. So the challan form will be printed. Challan form will get with all the details already. We made payment. So it will show all columns filled up. It will show the challan. So take the printout of the challan, signed by the person who is paying the payment. He will sign and take to the government. I will show you that. Okay. This can be done in two ways. Here, start payment. This is up to 31st December only, but we have to make payment. We have to make payment only on 7th, before 7th January. So if you click the start payment, see here, start payment is TDS. Okay. And the deduction is made in December, 1st December to 31st December. And deduction till date will be 31st December. We made December up to December. 31st December. Section is 194C and the payment to transporters. And now we deducted from not company and non-company. So non-company resident, we are making payment to through State Bank of India. So like this, you will get sometimes this date we will not get correctly. This date we will not get correctly. Okay. That is why the same thing we can do in another way. Say here, before this, if you come back and see TDS outstanding. So the amount is payable 2000. It is showing this is TDS outstanding. Okay. And here, from here, we can do another thing. So go to this, go to page. Without going back, we have to make the voucher. So we can create a voucher here. So go to, so right side, these are reports. These are the to be made. So create voucher. Create voucher. We'll take payment and the date we have to take 7. Suppose you are making on 7 or if you are making on payment on 6/1, we are making the payment and we need not enter the manual entry. So just to take Control F autofill. If you take autofill, start payment, the same thing is showing here. Start payment. What is the payment? TDS and then 1st December to 31st December, showing exact date 31st December. Section payment to contractor, non-company resident, and you have to make the payment. But one thing here, so this is the section it is showing and company non-company showing. You have to make this challan payment separately for each subsection. That is, for each nature of payment, you have to pay separate voucher. That is, we have to make the separate challan. And also for each section, that is each nature of payment, you have to take the company or non-company. So for each nature of payment, one nature of payment, company or non-company. If both are there, one nature of payment 194C company, 194C non-company. Then 194J company, there is no non-company, like that. Yeah, the number section wise, that means nature of payment wise plus company, non-company, that is the deductive status. Deductive status also we have to take separately. We have to make the payments. Should not be paid the total amount in one voucher because it is asking the section. So other section you cannot enter here. So section wise you have to make the payment. And if you have to generally every time any tax you have to pay through check only. That is check or online. That's all. No cash payment. So select this, enter this. See here. So this is the 2000. See, the first deducted for 800. In the second one, all the old bills are deducted as 1500. When you are making payment, total amount will pay. Total amount is 2400. First one, second one 600. Third one 500. The latest one that 31st December is deducted 800 rupees. The total is 2300. Then you make the entry. So when you make the, I don't know what happened in this tally. If you take the bank entry we are making, it is taking some late. I don't know, it is processing lately. Okay. And with this, okay. Now it is transaction type is check. So 2300 and the instrument number is check number. Generally, it will have 6 digits and the date is taking the payment date here, the same date it will take. Okay. Now, and then accept. So being TDS for the quarter. This is for 1 quarter. For the quarter, October to December, paid. Okay. This amount is paid. Okay. After making the payment, so here you come back here. So it is still showing balance payable 2300. You come back, you go back to this one, you go back and see the TDS outstanding. So outstanding is not there because amount is paid. And also the amount is paid. It is showing June. Okay. After this, and go to the above challan reconciliation. So we have made the entry. Now we have to make the challan offline. If you make the challan or online, make the payment. Offline, make the challan, go to bank and make the payment. Online, directly pay the done and take the receipt, print out. Here, the people will give the counter file. And with that, you have to enter see, this is the challan. This is the payment required. Okay. So this one, you have to enter all the details related to the checks, date, check bank details means challan number, bank details means bank. For every bank, they will have a code number for accepting these income tax payments. So it's called banking service regulation code, something BSR code and challan number. These I will make because unless you make the payment, you will not get the challan. So what you have to do is go to the already we made entry. So with the check number, that is we are going to make payment. Okay. So you can go to this payment. So here, this is the payment. It's taking some time. In the case of bank, it is taking some time. Okay. Here, see here, it is taking payable. These are the see tax payable. These are all the details of the payments. And this is the bank, and this is the check number, and this is the number, amount 6 digits. So this is the thing. Okay. So with this, you take the printout. Control P. If you take Control P, this is the payment voucher. Take the preview. Click F4. It will zoom. See TDS tax challan number 181, 281. Challan number 281. And assessment year means this is the year, running year is 24-25. So for this, the payment that actually it is called as accounting year or financial year, tax will be calculated in the next year. So all the payments will be made this month, advance tax, TDS, everything that will be accounted when you are filing the return in the next year. So that's called assessment year will be taken here, 25-26. This is 24-25. Financial year, assessment is 25-26. And we made deduction from a non-company directly. It is already, it has selected, and our TAN number, address, this everything will be there, PIN code, then nature of payment, type of payment. So section is 194C. The payment code is 94C. See, it is showing code 94C, and remittance code, it is showing 200. That is TDS payable by the taxpayer. That is, we are the taxpayer. That is the deductor is the taxpayer. So it is taking 200. If in response to the notice, it is 400. TDS regular assessment raised by the IT department. So notice is given by the department. Then you have to select this one. There will give there 400, and then this is the tax, and here it is not taking away, but the challan number, I mean what you call the check number. The bank is our State Bank of India. Check number it will be printed here. The same details will be printed here. So this is the count file. Upper part will be taken by the bank. The lower part count file will be given to us. Here also everything will be available. This check number or bank also. And here we'll take this printout and type the person making the payment will sign it here, and he'll go to the bank along with the check. We'll make the payment. After making the payment, so this lower part will be given to us. See, in the two parts, they'll put a stamp in that the bank BSR code, challan number, date, everything will be available here, and we will get this and come back to our report. So in this, that is actually we'll go to the portal, statute report, TDS report. See here, go to the challan reconciliation. Go to the challan reconciliation, reconcile, but the cursor will not move. But you have to click here, Alt R or reconcile, Alt R, then it will move. So reconciliation, it is showing. Now it will move. So this is 112 to, that is actually not 112, the total period, ETS quarter period. That is why 110 to 31st December, October, November, December. Payment is made on 6th December, TDS payable, and then non-company we are making. Section is 194C, resident only. Check number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 we have given, and the check date is 6/1. Check number is check's date is 6/1. BSR code it will have 7 digits, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 digits, and challan number will have 5 digits, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 digits, and the challan date is also the check date only, that is payment date 6/1. Then come down here, you have to give the name of the bank, State Bank of India, and here you give the branch, for example Kokatpalli, Ramirpet, whatever it may branch. So this is accepted. See here. So challan reconciliation is made. So challan reconciliation gone. This is gone, and there is no outstanding. But if you come here, it will show. So here it is the change from January. It is showing. Now, if you go to the old one, 1st October to 31st December, if you take, so still it is showing here. It is showing payable because the report is up to 31st December. If you take 1st October to 6th January, if you take 1st October to 6th January, then you see amount payable is nil. So amount is paid. It's showing on the upper one. So amount is total amount paid. This is the payment, the different payments. So payment to contract transporter, payment to contractor, professional charge, all the sections will be shown here. Each amount, individual amount. Separate, I told you, separate challans you have to make. So all the challans paid will be shown here. And this one, challans, every challan will be entered separately in the reconciliation also. Every challan will be, all the challans will be shown. Every challan should be reconciled and all the details will be shown. The total amount paid. It is showing because we have taken up to this January. So if you take up to 31st December, it will show only up to this one. So 31st we are not paid to show like, but anyhow, so this is how we have to make the payment. After this, so 1 lakh we crossed 1 lakh. So from next bill onwards, if it is 10,000 or 5,000 or 2,000 or 10,000 or 80,000, whatever it may be, TDS will be deducted. Okay, this is how we make this. And in this case, there is some problem in the tally. Here you see the problem in the previous one. In this case, this is also the same thing, but here first is 25,000, second is 30,000, 25, 40. So it will be like same thing like this. Okay, but if it is second one is 35,000, as per rule, TDS is to be deducted on the individual bill if it crosses the individual limit. This is crossing individual limit, so deduction is to be made then. And this 25,000 deduction should not be paid. The next one also deduction should not be there. The last one 40. Now threshold limit of the year, that is aggregate limit is changed. The aggregate limit is crossed. Now it has to deduct from all the old bills which are not already deducted. That is from 25 deduction should be made. This is already deducted. It should be like that, but it is showing this, that message should be shown after the limit of 1 lakh, aggregate limit 1 lakh is crossed. As it asks all the old bills which are not deducted, but it is asking here itself. It will ask you. The second one is 35,000. Then itself it will ask you the message with the old bills are to be deducted. You have to give yes, no. It will not appear again. The message will appear only once. And if you make yes, so this will be deducted. Tax will be deducted. This will be deducted automatically. And from the old bill also it will be deducted. And next from the next bill that also will be deducted. This also all the bills will be the TDS will be deducted from all the bills. It is not correct. So unless you go to the last one threshold limit, so only this is to be deducted. In these two cases, should not the TDS should not be deducted. And at the end of this, the last one, which crosses 1 lakh, then only the old two bills also should be deducted. This is some problem. I talked to the tally people. I spent more than 2 hours and I explained everything to them. They said we will look after, we will make the correction. Okay. So that all. This is the thing. Similarly, this one. So this first problem, leave it off. This is fifth one, fourth one, leave it off or try it. Take 30,000, try it. To take 35,000, it will show the message. It will deduct on all this. But only after 1 lakh also will deduct from all that. Total deduction will be okay. But if it is deducted, this one, if we deduct this one, the same day it is deducted means August we are deducting two. So September you have to make the payment. And August we are deducting. October you have to make payment. And September it is make. This October, this is August means September you have to make payment. For this, October you have to make payment. So whenever it's deducted, next month you have to make payment. In this case, we deduct only in December. That is why deduction amount is paid in January. So that is the problem. So this is the thing. You try with this, then it will be just like this problem. And in this case also, so you try this just like first one, payment to contractor. This is also like that same thing, but in this case, GST is there. TDS is made after GST. The GST will be deducted from the original basic value only, not on GST. And only one bill 45,000 crosses the individual limit. So it will deduct the tax, and there is no other bill. And later after this, next bill also, if it does not cross the limit, so it should not deduct an aggregate limit unless it is reaches 1 lakh. Other payments also should not be deducted, but I don't know in this tally. That is the problem. It is unless it is rectified, it will deduct from all the bills. Okay. So with this, I am closing this, and I will try the problems. Wish you all the best, and we'll meet in another nature of payment in the next video.